Hello everyone, welcome back. My name's X, and we got another video for you today. I know it's been a while. Again, I said I was going to start uploading more, but it turns out I'm going to be moving again, so looks like I'm back to not doing as many videos anymore. So hopefully the second time I move, this won't be a problem, but apparently I'm moving 2 times within a year, so sorry about that. I've just not been uploading a lot, but I want to try at least get one video in before the move because I had a lot of controversy videos I wanted to post, but didn't have time to. So let's get quickly into this. So there's both Halo MCC and Halo Infinite news for December, wrapping everything up here. Some of them have already been talked about by other YouTubers, but some of them that I wanted to highlight a little bit more because it maybe not got talked a lot about or got overlooked. So I'm just going to address those things. I'm going to put a link down below if you want to read the whole discussion down below and just read from there, the 2 links. But other than that, let's get into it. So first off, with the Halo MCC, as you all know, the big, I don't know what you want to call it, purge, where they just banned a bunch of boosters to try and crack down on the boosting. And yeah, I'm actually going to do a controversies video on that. So far, what they said is just things like they cracked down on was AFK and macros, coordinated XP boosting, and firefight suicides, which if you guys have watched my videos on progression systems and the progression ranking system, how I actually called that was going to happen and when they were going to add this in, that there was going to be these issues, and sure enough, they did happen. And one of them I think is a really terrible idea of why they're trying to ban, because of the fact that when Halo 2 comes around, they're going to regret adding that ban, and that's around macros. But I'm just going to let it play out and see what happens. But anyways, yeah, those ban hammers that occurred because of they were banning so many people. They banned people by mistake. Again, I'm going to talk about that stuff in a controversies video about how it's a really poor system of handling the situation, and it's so bad that for the first time ever that I've ever seen 343 ever do this, they now are letting you submit tickets if you may have accidentally gone banned. They've never done that with Halo Reach when they took over Reach, when Bungie left. They never did that with Halo 4. They never did that with Halo MCC prior to the Reach update. And they've never done that with Halo 5. And they have made mistakes before with those ban hammers. So they kind of went a little bit overboard. And people that say, oh, you can't accidentally get banned. If you got banned, you did something wrong. It's actually possible. Best example of some people that got banned were when they were in booster matches on Griffball, and unfortunately, even if they didn't want to participate, they were still in the match. And even if they were to quit and just look for another lobby, they would quit and then end up finding the same lobby or find another boosting lobby. And then if they quit that one, if they quit too many times, they get banned for quitting too much and it ruins their reputation. So they try to stay in the match and just not participate. Problem is some of those people were getting confused as being boosters. So yeah, it's actually possible to actually get banned by mistake because they were trying to go all heavy, looking for matches where people get tons of kills and saying, oh, well, that was a boosting lobby, ban all of them. So yeah, unfortunately, some people actually did get banned on this. So that's that. Again, I'm going to talk a video about why these are really bad designs of fixing it when other companies have been able to make easier fixes for something like this. And 343 is not doing the best way they can actually solve this issue relatively easy, because they want to make it look like a security theater where they're going all hardcore and trying to stop all boosters by going all heavy with the ban hammer, and they're actually doing worse jobs than other games with smaller teams that have been able to address this issue. But again, I'm not going to get too deep in there. I already spent like too long on this discussion. But overall, they just did a huge ban hammer on a bunch of those things that I just mentioned. And again, I definitely called out the firefight one, that there'd be people boosting a firefight, and sure enough, they did. And also on top of that, there's a bunch of bugs, fixes, other issues that have occurred. They also patched an ability that someone easily was able to show. There was a way in the PC version of the game you could change the unlock XML file to have everything unlocked. Obviously, if you had this turned on when you went into online mode, you get banned. But if you had if you did it offline, change the XML to unlock everything, and then change it back to the correct one where everything was locked, but you were still signed in, still logged in, and then you connected back to the internet and got around the anti-cheat, you could actually still wear the armor, so you could have the haunted armor and all the effects and everything. And that's how a lot of people got around it, where they were playing with accounts that couldn't have already locked the season items, but they did, and that's how they were doing it. And so they patched that, so you can't do that anymore. If you try to use the unlock early thing while the internet's disconnected and then try to plug it back in, and after you switch the XML and already set up your character, it's not going to work, unfortunately. Also, they are looking into fixing the crouch while moving issue. If you play a keyboard and a mouse on PC, you already know about this, where when you try to move forward while crouching, it causes you to stand up. So they're actually looking into fixing that. They're also trying to fix the idle stop matchmaking issue. That one I've had a ton of issues with. That's pretty annoying, because some playlists that I want to play in just take way too long to find a party. And so what happens is I just sit there for a little bit. I just, look on Facebook or something just while I'm waiting, and it just keeps going to sleep on me, and then it stops my search for matchmaking because of that, because I have to sit there and keep flicking the controller around. If I'm playing on Xbox or if I switch over to PC, I got to tap the key every time or click the mouse just to show that I'm active and there. But it's kind of annoying to have to do that when lobbies take like sometimes a good 5 minutes to find a match, or even 10 minutes, and that's not fun to sit there for 10 minutes and play like the match for maybe 3 or 4 minutes before it's over, sometimes like action sack or something like that. So that's something that they're looking at addressing. They're also looking about the aim assist with the controller and mouse and keyboard issue. If you don't know, on PC, a lot of the keyboard players are mad that people with controllers are playing because they have a huge aim assist on them, and obviously 343 doesn't want to change that, because they want to look later on to cross-play, cross-platform play, be able to have Xbox and PC players be able to play together. But because of this, it's not working. I mean, the easiest way to fix this is actually something Call of Duty did, which was to change it so that you could have the options of input control. If you want to play with only people with mouses versus if you want to play with people with keyboards, you can do that. And that's an actual option that they, I believe, did for fixing it for Call of Duty to have cross-platform play. That's what they could do here. There's people that already play on the Xbox on MCC or Halo 5 with a keyboard and mouse anyway, so I think it's actually fair. I mean, if you're on Xbox or on PC and you use a keyboard and you only want to play with someone with a keyboard, you can do that. If you're on Xbox or PC with a controller and you only want to play with people with the controller, you can do that. For those that don't care, that's perfectly fine. That's why I think it should be like you have to change in the settings. If you care that much, you have to go in the settings and change that. But otherwise, a lot of people just don't really care. Like I just like to play social. I'm not gonna get super competitive, but I know some of the competitive players like that. So more likely they're going to want to get into that and have the options of choosing who they play with. Some things they're going to do to improve the progression system, what's causing a lot of those issues that I did mention in my videos about one of the several reasons why stuff like this happens. But again, I'm going to do a whole video on the booster issue. But some of the things they're going to try and do is they are saying that the progression system, they're going to make some improvements to it. I hope they do, because some of the things that are really annoying with double XP, it feels like it's progressing how it should progress. So I'm kind of already gonna be bummed out if I don't get inherited before the double XP goes, because going half the amount of what I get in a match, it feels like that's not even moving. And at some points when you're progressing up, you don't feel like you're moving up at all. It's just like you just watch the thing just crawl across the screen. It's not as bad as Halo 5. Halo 5 was disgustingly ridiculously grindy, where you just barely moved a couple inches. If like right now, I forgot what rank I'm at. I think I'm like 48 or 49 on that. And when you play a match and you watch the end of progression, even if you do absolutely amazing with the best XP boost, you just watch the thing go like little tiny little, not even like a millimeter. It doesn't even move. It's like, dude, this is a joke. So hopefully they make something better with the progression system. Like they make it kind of like, I don't know, for some reason after I got the hump over after like tier 22, all of a sudden it like just started jumping again. It started like you go a lot faster with progression. I don't know what was up with that, why I was going so slow to get up XP at a certain point, and then after I got to a certain point, all of a sudden my I was like just flying through the XP all of a sudden, even though I was getting the same average amount. So hopefully they make something a little bit better, but there's obviously some improvements that they can make to the progression system to improve it. Another thing that they're going to do to help out, which would be great, is challenges. They're going to add challenges in, so if you do certain challenges, it'll help out. With progressing a little bit quicker. Personally, overall, I wish that the progression system, since this is a game that came out 10 years ago that we're just getting armors for, and it's not like, Halo Infinite, which is something new. It's a game, this game is all the same content from the original game. I wish they would just say, hey, they've obviously just want to have a little fun, playful way of unlocking things, not make it too grindy. And things that is on more of the grindy side than more of the playful, fun aspect of it. I would have just said that they should keep it at maybe 16,000 XP and whatnot. I wish they would actually uncap it, to be honest. Like, it kind of sucks that they don't. If they're going to have this big ban hammer stop people from boosting, can they just take off the damn XP thing? Because the XP cap, because that sucks when you're doing really, really well. And even if you suck in a match, you can still do almost as average as the best player. So it's not really you're progressing faster because you're better. It's kind of more like a participation award at some points. It doesn't really feel that great, especially when you do like absolutely amazing. You get like more than 50% of the kills on your team, and yet you're capped at 16,000 XP. It just sucks. No matter what you do, no matter how well you do, you're only limited to a certain point. Even at some points, even Griffball, not necessarily boosting, but at some points people in Griffball, they're just like, dude, the match is gone forever, we all got 16,000 points, we're obviously not going to get any more, just let them score. It's like that's how I feel, is because it's like, what's the point? Win or lose, you get nothing for it. You don't get a bonus for winning. You just, at the end of the thing, it's how long you played the match for, how many kills you got for performance, and how many like team assists and stuff like that, team play, bonus points as well. So at the end, it's not like a drastic thing. So it's like we're wasting time at this point. Just go ahead, score. We don't care. Just get it over with. So yeah, there's just a bunch of things that they could do to improve the progression system. They are doing additional mod support. So already what they have is not going to be just that. It's going to apparently have more additional mod support being added. Regional server selection is being looked into. That would be nice, because for some reason I kept getting selected on, like, not constantly. I still got west coast of the US for servers, but a few times I was getting the east coast and it would just lag. I'm like sitting there going, are you serious? It's lagging on this? And I think even one time, I'm not sure if it was like I got a completely different server for some reason. It was like out of region, but it would be nice if they were to add this, especially because it could be beneficial for a lot of people. For people like me that don't want to look long distance and just be close, this is much more preferred. And those that are in countries where they don't have a lot of people to play with, this could be more beneficial to them to be able to select servers where it may be a little bit more populated. Also, what I talked about previously, crossplay between Xbox and PC, they're looking for. I definitely would like this when they eventually do have the custom game browser, because I want to be able to play with, regardless of whoever, I want to be able to host a custom match and be able to play with PC and Xbox players. I don't really care. It's just custom games, having fun. So I would really like to have this, because the more the merrier, in my opinion. Also, they're looking about linking Steam accounts. So because currently right now, if you're playing on Steam, the only way you can link up with people is knowing their Xbox gamer tag. And if you don't have their Xbox gamer tag and you only have their Steam, then yeah, there's that issue right there. So they want to look about seeing a way to make that a little bit more accessible for players. So that's another thing that they're looking into trying to address that. And again, as I already mentioned, the idle system, that they, I guess, trying to make more improvements to it. Again, they say stopping the idle matchmaking issue, and then they're also saying idle system improvements. They're also looking for like how to find people that are AFKing versus people that are just, like in the searching, which is, I still don't get how they have not fixed that part of it. In search, it should not even exist. I know that they want you to be active when the match starts. It would be nice if they make a louder sound when a match is about to start. Like I hear the beep going deep, deep. It's like it barely makes a sound. It'd be nice if it has like something like the I think like Halo 3 when a match started, it would be like bam, 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 and it would just start. And it was just like, to me, that was a lot more of a notification. Now it's just like this little tiny sound. It's really annoying because I can't even hear it sometimes when it takes 5 minutes for a match to start. So I'm already distracted looking at something else and not paying attention, and then the match starts. And that thing happens every now and then. It's just something I wish they would actually make an improvement on. But there's a lot of issues when it comes to the system failing to know whether you're idle because you're AFK boosting, or if you're idle because you couldn't hear the match start, or it just took so damn long that you didn't even notice that the match was starting and no notification. It's like, oh, the game's already started, and it took you like about a couple seconds to realize that. Then they're also looking for customization improvements. It really would be nice if they could fix some improvements. Currently, some of the things that are a little bit of an issue, for example, a lot of people found out that the armor effects, like inclement weather, you can't use on elite characters, so it's only for Spartans, but in Classic Reach you could, so that's something that I wish they would improve on. There's a couple other things that people have mentioned that they would like to see fixed. Personally, me, what I would also love on top of all that is to be able to customize your Halo 3 and Halo 4 Spartan. I really would like that, and I don't want them to like go, oh, not only we're going to customize it, we're going to lock everything again. You have to re-unlock it, so we're going to add that to the tier system for Season 2 or something like that. I really hope to God not. Again, I already got the Haunted Helmet and Recon back in the days of Halo 3 and Halo Reach. I don't care if everyone has it unlocked. It's Halo MCC. It's just classic games that we played back in the day. I think it's dumb to have to re-unlock everything. It's kind of just a waste of time when I just want to play custom games, but I want to get my Haunted Helmet back, so I have to play the matchmaking. That's it. And then once that's gone, there's no need for me to play that. And also, I'll talk all about that, all the burnout effects and all that stuff. But overall, it's not a fun way to, in my opinion, to do the system. But they're also, again, something else that's dumb I'm going to talk about in the boosting thing, I'm not going to go too far into, is the better ways to report players. I mean, it really is just... if you're reporting boosting stuff, there's a big problem with people abusing what they're currently trying to find ways to track people that are boosting. There's other people that are abusing that, taking advantage of the situation. A couple of people found that what they're doing is they're just putting people's names on Discord lists, and no one's actually checking the verification that someone, did actually boost and put their name on the list. You can just throw someone's name in there, and a couple of people have been trolling the Discord groups of people to do that by putting YouTubers and streamers gamer tags on there, and it's just like, it's perfectly designed to be abused. If I really wanted to do something like that, to prove a point, I would do something like that. But then if I did prove my point, everyone would that are fans of those YouTubers or streamers would absolutely get mad at that idea. So if I got them banned or something like that, so I'm not going to do that. But obviously, it's exploitative. It really is, and it's a really dumb idea, a dumb way to try and solve the boosting problem. Hopefully, the only thing that they're doing to fix the reporting system is the the chats, because normally on Xbox messages, if you type certain things, there's an easy way to get reported on that. If you try to say certain vulgar words, and if you say vulgar words through like a mic when you're sending messages, or or on Xbox Live. I mean, you can get muted, but you can also get reported to. But currently, there's an in-game chat system, and the in-game chat system has no filter at all. It's like the Wild West. And some people on Twitter that are YouTubers are kind of like going a little bit excessive. Like, I get that people are saying some pretty racist stuff on there, and just going, or even like homophobic slurs. But at the end of the day, they're just words, and I'm not saying that just ignore it, but like some people are like overreacting, like 3 for 3, you need to get on this right now. This is really bothering me. This is very toxic. It's like, okay, I'm pretty positive they already know about this and they're going to look to fix it. And hopefully that's what they're going to do with the reporting system, is address that issue with the chats, because there should be like something on there that actually looks for like word filters to say like, if this word is said, it gets blocked or something like that. Because it's kind of like getting a little bit excessive. I saw one guy getting really mad on the enemy team because you can do the chat all, and so he was calling the person a bunch of colorful languages because he kept getting sniped by this dude on Hemorrhage, and he just kept sniping him over and over, and to the point where the guy was just screaming profanities through just typing profanities nonstop. And let's see, what else is there? Let's see. Also bringing PC features to the console, so like field of view and stuff like that, FOV sliders. They're hoping to bring some of that over, which would be pretty cool in my opinion. And also that would also be another reason why like people are not down for PC Xbox crossplay, because of the fact that PC players can do certain things that Xbox players can't. But if they were to bring these features over, that would be cool. But again, these features are ones that are just looking into more discussion, meaning they haven't really decided whether they're going to do that or not. Also, some things they are still working on, but are going to be done soon, hopefully, is the Reach Forge for PC, and as well as the Theater for PC as well. Because unfortunately, those two didn't come out when the game came out. There's a way to unlock it, but it's only the Xbox version. It's not integrated with PC, so you don't have a lot of those features. And also, some other news with the MCC is that both Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary and Halo 2 are on their way to also being soon released, as well as they're also teasing, showing that they got Halo 3, at least for the campaign, it looks like working as well for PC. But Halo CE Anniversary and Halo 2 Anniversary coming to PC, it's not much of a surprise for me because of the fact that I know which versions they're using. They're not using the Xbox versions. The Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary that's in MCC that was released back, I forgot when it was, but the Halo Combat Anniversary itself, the classic version, is using the PC port. You can tell by the textures and everything. A lot of people, like I think it was either Late Night Gaming or Forge Labs or something like that, pointed out the things that are missing in the Halo CE Anniversary, like what some of the graphics that they pointed out, how it's like the PC version just really ruins the classic version that was on the Xbox, and hopefully maybe some modder makes like some improvements to it, because I don't know if 343 is actually going to fix a lot of those issues. But yeah, that's one of the problems with the PC version was back in the day, back when they first came out with Halo CE on PC. It didn't have the same capabilities as the Xbox did to be able to integrate with everything else, and so like normal maps, lighting, and a whole bunch of other stuff was not up to par. And so like when they're supposed to be like this foggy, beautiful look on the Xbox when you're playing, I think it's Assault on the Control Room, it looks really shallow versus the PC version the Gearbox made. So that's just that's how you can tell that it's actually the PC version that you're using and not the Xbox version. And a lot of the textures are inaccurate. Like one's supposed to be like cloudy, but instead it's actually looks like water. And so that's why I know that it's not going to take long, because it's already designed for the PC. They're only needing to integrate the anniversary side, the updated remastered graphics, with how integrating it into the PC part. And that's about it. It's not like it's something too drastic. And the same thing with Halo 2 Anniversary. It's also using Halo 2 Vista port, so it's already partially halfway there in terms of integrating over to the PC. It's already set up for the PC use. They just have to integrate the anniversary and make it work on the MCC on PC, and it's good to go. As well as Halo 3, that's the one that will probably take a little more time, but then not long afterwards, it's going to be like Halo ODST and Halo 4. The only thing is there's a couple things that I hope they would kind of look into, like ODST Firefight. It's apparently a lot of people want to see it back, but it's not on the list of things. So there's a pretty strong chance I don't think they're going to bring it, which is unfortunate because it would be cool to have ODST Firefight. I always think of like the two firefights, ODST and Reach. I think Reach was more of the casual fun side, and ODST was more of the competitive. It was very difficult. It was like you were definitely nerfed down. It was not made easy for you. It was just like it was a lot more of a challenge because you could easily die. You had no shield. If you got hurt, you had to look for health all the time. On Reach, it's like you just go around gung-ho crazy getting tons of kills, but on ODST it wasn't like that. You constantly had to look for cover. Even when someone made a mod for Reach where you play as an ODST, the same thing happened. You're constantly looking for cover. You don't have a shield to go, oh, I just gotta wait for it to recharge. Like, nope. If you take even a little bit too much damage, you're already needing to look for a health pack. So yeah, that's hopefully they add that. Also, again, I hope they add some more customization for Halo 3 and Halo 4, because it's kind of just, it sucks when it's just a full set of armor. I like technically it's even missing armor. I think like the Bungie armor was not listed. I don't know, but yeah, there's a lot of armor pieces that are missing because of the fact that it's just a full set. You can't choose, you can't customize. That would be awesome if you could customize. And as well as that, overall, I kind of have a theory a little bit of what's going to happen with Season 2, because there's already 100 tiers for Season 1, and you're like, what are they going to do for Season 2? There's they talk about the GRD armor and a few other armor pieces, but even then, it's probably looks like maybe like 5, 6, 7 pieces of armor, and that's not going to be a big Season 2. And then they said you're going to have multiple seasons, and that if you miss out one season, you won't miss out on the other. And so it makes it sound like there's going to be more than just 2. It's going to be like 3 or 4 seasons. So what else are they going to do? And my possible theory is, which would also be in line with Halo CE coming out, is what if they start adding stuff to the game that was never actually made? It was like deleted content or cut from the cutting floor. It never was added, but they decided to add it back in for the MCC, which would be actually pretty cool. If you watched one of my videos about that, about requested features, some of the things like, for example, Halo 2, there was supposed to be an Arbiter multiplayer skin, never ended up getting added. There was also, I believe, a Sentinel beam and stuff like that, or like the Sentinel beam, I forgot what they called the other one. There was like 2 different Sentinels. There was, technically it's called Halo CE Sentinel, Halo 2 Sentinel, and Halo 2. There was ones with blue beams and one with red beams, but for some reason the blue beams never got added into the multiplayer. And so a lot of things like that would have been really cool to add. I mean, personally, I really hope when it comes to Halo 2 Anniversary, they add in the Spectre, because for some reason in Anniversary, it is not there in Forge. You can't select it, even though it does exist. I know that it's probably just the model, because if you know about the Halo 2 Anniversary multiplayer, it's missing from the game, and more than likely the model isn't there. Like the model is there, the mechanics are not. It's just using Halo 2 Classic and just reskinning everything in the campaign. But when it comes to Halo 2 multiplayer, or Halo 2 Anniversary multiplayer, it's a completely different situation because the mechanics are slightly different. For example, the brute shot doesn't arch the same way as it does in Classic multiplayer. So everything's like mechanically different. So they can't just go click, throw it in. They would have to actually build it. And yeah, So I don't know. Personally, I really wish they would have added this in and not just leave it out. It also would be nice too is to also be able to add in other Halo 2 anniversary maps. Fortunately, there's only like 6 or 7, which kind of sucks when there's a whole bunch of them. And unfortunately, they went through. I thought Halo 2 was better at its anniversary edition than Halo CE anniversary. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for most of the good news. There is some slightly bad news for Halo MCC. They're showing some cool like playlists that they're going to be adding, but after the holidays, they'll be reducing that playlist. So unfortunately, as much as all you guys were like getting excited with all these playlists, it's already starting to take effect. As you guys noticed, it was like when Halo MCC on PC came out, it jumped to like one of the highest points. Like I think it was like top 5 on Steam, and now it's already like 25th place. It's already dropped down, and people are already trying to blame it's the boosting problem, but it's not. There's a lot of other issues. Like they just don't want to face. Like I got in a unfortunate heated debate with Green Skull and I think Late Night Gaming as well, and they're like sitting there going, "Oh, you need a grindy progression system. That's what keeps people playing." It's like, no, that's not what keeps people playing. It's I said replay value, but probably the better word is quality of life. When it comes to a progression system, it's only temporary. Once you get to the max rank, there is no point in staying. And then when you look at that, what is there left? For example, Halo Reach, if you get to max rank, what is there left? It's just the multiplayer, the campaign, and yeah, you can download the custom games, but there's no custom game browser, and the rest of the games haven't been added. I believe when it gets down to more having all the stuff on PC, having Halo Reach all the way to Halo 4 all added in and have a custom game browser, all the people that wanted to play custom games, they're going to want to come back when they can play all the custom games that they like. But currently right now, until they add those things in, it's not feasible. I mean, I think you're going to get a lot stronger population when Halo 3 comes out, but again, it's not, again, people come back because of the games they want to play. They want to be able to forge. You can't do that on PC right now. You have to use a mod to forge, and it's just, again, a bunch of stuff that people don't want to deal with right now. They want all these features in, but they don't want to sit there and come back and have to do this and have to grind out a rank and stuff like that. It's not, what people want to play. And some people are like sitting there going, oh, how unfortunate, they have to play the game. And the thing is, it's not they have to play the game, it's that they have to play it a certain way. It sucks that I went through the entire Halo Reach campaign solo legendary, and I beat it all, and what do I get for reward? A few achievements. That's it. I don't get any credit, any progression for what I accomplished. Unfortunately, the only way you can get any progression is you have to play the PvP or you have to play the PvP, and that's it. And you have to play those modes that are matchmaking, PvP and PvE, in order to rank up. And so I understand why they thought that was a good idea, because they thought it was going to keep people playing that and also make it easier for search times, but it's eventually going to get boring. I've already figured out where everyone's going to, because, for example, Infection, those matches are iffy. You can go on a huge kill spree, but a cap out, or you can really suck at it, and it's just really lengthy. And then Griffball, which why I stopped playing was not because of the boosting problem. I stopped playing because of the fact that I got really bad teammates that just sat there and either they quit early or they just sat there and just said, well, what's the point? Let them just win. And they just let them spawn kill them the entire time because they didn't even want to try anymore because they were over it. And so basically we just sat there getting spawn killed because if we quit, we get banned. And so I'm like, this is ridiculous. I was more preferred of the boosters being around, because the reason is if they're sitting there boosting, you run up and you go free kills and hit them. But now you got people that just quit the match when they get frustrated, and then you have people that just don't try anymore or are really bad, and then you just get there and get spawn killed the entire time. So most of the people I see now, what they're playing, which is the fastest way to get XP, is SWAT. SWAT. It's currently the easiest way, and that's what I've been unfortunately having to do because I get burnt out on SWAT. I remember going for Achilles armor, and I got burnt out on that real fast because of the fact that those headshots were just ridiculous on how much progression you needed. They got boring, and when I finally finished, I was over it. Again, I am so sorry. I'm not even into the Halo Infinite news, and we just talked about MCC. But unfortunately, I don't have time to divide this and everything because this is the last video I could probably upload before I gotta move. I gotta I gotta pack everything up and move. So I won't be doing another video for a while. But the next thing I want to talk about is Halo Infinite news. It's not too much. Hopefully I'm going to blow through most of this because it's all basic stuff. General details, the release date is holiday 2020. Again, a lot of the stuff is already basic for a lot of you guys already knows. The platform is going to be the Xbox Series X, formerly known as Project Scarlet, the entire Xbox One family of devices, and Windows PC. Yeah, I'm going to be talking a little bit about that too, about the Xbox One with Halo Infinite and about split screening and a bunch of stuff about some issues about that and why split screening was removed. And then it's going to be universal timing. It follows the Master Chief's storyline time after Halo 5 Guardians conclusion. Flighting program. This is an opted flights will start small and slowly expand until release. So sign up for your Halo Insider program. There's also the Pro Team. We are assembling an internal Pro Team for Halo Infinite. So basically, what I said before in a video a while back with Halo Infinite news, this is just going to be more of the same competitive of Halo 5. And they didn't announce that Sprint was going to be in the game, but a couple of ways have been talking on Twitter about saying if you don't want to sprint, just don't press the button. So it's kind of clear that I don't think they're going to change it. They're going to keep with the Halo 5 system, and it kind of makes sense, even though a lot of people don't like the way it's designed. They're probably not going to change it because of the fact that they don't want to drastically change the multiplayer from what people in Halo 5 played it as. They're probably going to hopefully what it is they don't go the Reach route where they just say, well, we got Halo 3, but let's make it with nerfs. And that's what it felt like. It was like the BR became the DMR with huge bloom and all that nonsense. I really hope that they don't just okay, so what we're going to do to fix all the problems with Halo 5 is just nerf everything and make it feel like a nerfed Halo 5 for Halo Infinite. I hope they actually have something more to this. As well to it is that split screen is going to be in, and it's going to be running internally. They're also going to be able to use LAN on Halo Infinite. It'll support LAN. Black undersuits will be in the game. So one of the things that people complained about was with the past Halo games with the Spartans was that their armors matched their undersuits, so it didn't look that great. It looked kind of toyish, but with the black, it helps define it more. Player customization. If you like the level of armor customization options in Halo Reach, you will be pleased, is what they said. So it didn't tell us much. They just said if you like Reach customization, you'll like this. But and again, that does make me skeptical because of the fact they're not giving much information. I know that they're not supposed to say much, but they also talked about Halo MCC trying to give it the Reach customization ability, and they did partially in terms of you can customize your character all you want. But the thing is, the way you unlock things is kind of pointless. The way you unlock things now, it's in a timeline. You just unlock things you got to the next rank, you unlock this. You get to the next rank, you unlock this. It's not your choice of unlocking things and picking what you want to unlock. It's just all laid out already how you're going to unlock it, which is kind of pointless. Why there's even a token system or anything like that. You might as well just have it automatically unlock. It's kind of rather a time hassle or time redundant, implementation that has no purpose to it. You could just automatically, and the thing is, they had to manually create this, manually make it so that a token system is created, and that person takes that token and buys that item that's already set for them. And again, it was a poorly designed thing when they could just automatically make it unlock. And some people were just like, oh, but I like the feeling of being able to unlock something, but at the end of the day, it's all unlocked in an order. It's not really that great compared to how Classic Reach was, where you got to choose what you unlocked. Even though I prefer the Halo 3 system a little bit more, the thing is, at the end of the day, both those systems were vastly better than Halo MCC's unlocking system. So it kind of makes me concerned that if they're going to do something like this, I know that they're going to throw microtransactions somehow in it. I just hope they do not have loot boxes, and they do not do the Gears 5 route of making everything extremely effing expensive. That's what, concerns me the most. And let's see here. Oh, and if you get to 152, you'll get a token of appreciation. Again, people, it's not going to be an exclusive armor. I know that someone started a big hype thinking that there's going to be exclusive armor if you get to level 152. No, you're not. You're debating yourself, so save yourself the time. Don't do it. And lastly, Forge, our famous editing tool. This is the one thing that I thought was cool. I didn't remember hearing about this. For Halo Infinite with Forge, you will be able to undo and redo buttons, which will be a first for Forge, they said. And that's actually cool. I've never actually, I may have missed that when they announced that for Halo Infinite, but that was cool to hear, because now you can just repeat quickly and hopefully make map building a little bit faster. But when it comes to PC, I'm pretty sure it's going to be even a lot better, because even though a lot of people don't like Halo 5 Forge, that's what's called, not Halo 5 Forge mode, but the PC version called Halo 5 Forge. I think that's what it's called. A lot of people didn't like it because of the fact that all it was a custom games and Forge, and you couldn't even cross-play with people on Xbox, which, yeah, it was a big letdown. But the cool part about that was that when it came to it, with forging maps was a hell of a lot easier. You could forge way easier. It felt like when I was using the Unreal Engine making maps, it felt like that. You could move around and place things way easier than you could with a controller. So I'm hoping that when it comes to at least that side of it, that they maintain the Halo 5 ability of forging with extreme levels, with maybe more details, more options, but with PC available day one, and hopefully a custom game browser, not just, oh, we're going to do progression until the community dies down enough, and then when we become desperate, now we're going to release a custom game browser like Halo 5 did, and what's happening with Halo MCC. I hope that day one they have a custom game browser with it. Anyways, I've been talking way too long. Again, I thought this was going to be about 5 minutes long, but I had a lot to say, and I did not even address most of the stuff in here. But again, I'm going to put all the links down below, and I'm going to wrap things up here real quickly. I'm just going to say I am moving again, like I said before, and that's what's been causing me to not upload as much as I wanted to. I already have to make plans of moving a second time in less than a year, so this is actually the reason why I've just been not even talking too much. And you'll see me on Facebook doing stuff, but I've not had a lot of time to actually sit them down and make an actual video. So if you're wondering where I was this entire time, that's the reason. So that's the downside. Plus side is I got something really cool. I got a Cintiq computer, so I'm really happy about this, because even after I'm done with doing all my YouTube videos I plan to ever do, I have other videos planned. I mean, I plan to do a lot of Halo conversation videos, or a lot of videos like talking about like controversies and the Halo Custom Archive, or like two of my favorite I want to talk about. But I also have like the Myths series and a bunch of other ones. But what I'm planning to do here is, after I finish with all that stuff, which I do have an end date of planning when I'm going to have it all laid out, when I'm going to be done with it. When I finally finish doing all of it, I'm going to eventually on the side, I'm already automatically going to do this, but I'm going to start making this more prevalent, is I'm going to be making videos where I make 3D models, and I'm actually going to do some of it for modding, but I'm going to also show myself making it. So you'll see me making models for Halo Infinite or Halo MCC, and I'll just be designing in like Maya or Max or any other program that I have, and probably ZBrush, and modeling, texturing it, all that stuff using PBR based texturing and adding it to the game. And it'll be fun. I really can't wait to get my hands on the Halo Infinite Master Chief and start messing around with that. And because a lot of people were complaining about the green color, it was too bright, and I think it'd be fun to kind of like adjust it a little bit and then like put out a mod and people can use in campaign and see if they like that. But anyways, I'm going to wrap things up here. Thank you all for watching, and take care. Peace.
Wow.